Alright, hey guys, so this product is one of the exact reasons why I started this channel. Okay, so this thing has been on the LBX website for a while. I believe they call it the Go Pack. They don't have much by way of pictures in there, and they're even more lacking on actual information. There's a couple other reviews out there that none of them are in English, so I wanted to go ahead and get one of these up. This is also one of those products that they have on their website where, depending on the color you select, you get different pictures available to you. So if this is lacking at all in possible configurations, just run through all the different colors on the website and hopefully that'll clear it up. Looking at the outside of this thing, so it's got two sets of pull handles. It's got a set on the longer direction as well as the shorter direction. There's a handle on each side, and then if you don't need the handle or it's in a pack or something like that, you can tuck it in, and it cuts down on the resistance when you're trying to slide this out of something. Okay, you know, exact same configuration on the other side. So you've got either kind of a long bag pull out or more of a briefcase type setup. So I'm gonna get this thing opened up for you in a second, and hopefully we can fit the whole thing in the screen in a clean manner. But just looking at the outside of this thing, you're looking at roughly 18-19 inches long, depending on how full it is, and then about 9 or 10 inches across. I believe the website lists this thing as 4 inches deep. That's not entirely inaccurate. When it's completely full, you could probably puff it up to 4 inches. At least in the middle. All right, so let's get this thing opened up and see what it fits. Hey guys, I'm not sure where this is going to fit in the video, but I totally would have screwed up the entire purpose of this if I didn't give you the measurements on just the Velcro field itself. So looking at this thing, it's between 8 1/4 and 8 1/2 inches across. And usable vertical Velcro field, or longwise Velcro field, is 18 inches. So 8 1/2 by 18 inches is the loop surface that you have to deal with. Hopefully that helps you out if you're using something other than the LBX pouches. Alright, hey guys, so angles just weren't working out for me on getting this whole thing in here with a different field of view. So looking at the pouches that you can fit in here, the website doesn't give you, I don't think it gives you measurements for any of the interior pouches that they sell, and if they do, they're misleading. I can't remember. So, you know, looking at some possible configurations for this thing, I've got 3 of their small windowed pouches in a row here, and those fit just fine lengthwise, and they would fit fine widthwise if it weren't for this side pocket here. I think they call it a side panel pocket. So it absolutely fits. It's very close. If you are pushing the length of this thing at all with what's inside of it, you're gonna have a bad day trying to zip this thing up, but it does fit. What you won't get in here is 2 of these side by side. It doesn't fit well, and by the time you got them full of anything, this whole thing wouldn't zip up well. But since we're in here, we'll look at this side panel pocket. So you've got these mesh pockets here on the face. And then it goes full clamshell, and that itself is completely lined with loop, okay? These small windowed pouches have a vertical orientation to them as far as the zipper goes. And then looking at the other half of this thing, we have their medium mesh and their medium windowed pouch. A little bit of an annoyance here if you're trying to piece this thing together to make it make sense for whatever you're going to use it for. The medium mesh and the medium window are not the same size, so that's a little misleading if you're trying to figure out exactly where these things will fit. The medium mesh is just a mesh pocket. And then the medium window is the same thing. All right, so I will say from having these on hand, I like the feel of the windowed pockets more than the mesh pockets. I don't think you lose any capability with these over the mesh, and they have a softer material in them, so they fit in here better, and they sit more cleanly. The mesh ones, the Velcro field isn't necessarily the true size. They seem like they don't want to expand correctly, and they try to sit more flat on the Velcro. So what do you use this thing for? I don't entirely know. I believe on the website it was sold as a insert for the Arc'teryx pack, the card series. I think I'm saying that right, I don't know. Which I've never had one of those, so I don't know how well this fits. I know Velocity Systems also makes an insert set for that, for more medical purposes. So I don't know if you have a card pack, if you fit this thing in it, if you have any more usable space in there. I would imagine you'd have to, otherwise what would the point be? But it's kind of a goofy setup. Now, where I can see it making sense that wasn't necessarily an intended use is as a range bag or something like that you don't necessarily sit in anything else. Just you know, use it to carry your stuff to and from the range. You could definitely fit like a pistol sleeve in here, and then you could use your small windowed pockets or even your medium windowed pockets to hold some ammo and mags, maybe some ear pro, and some other, you know, a small first aid kit or something like that. But as far as using this inside of something else, I'm kind of lost on where that would work well and why you would want to, especially if you're using it inside of a bigger bag. Like, it makes sense to organize your stuff, but as soon as you pull it out, all of your items in that bigger bag are probably going to shift, and it's going to be a real pain to get this back in there. So LBX go bag, not necessarily a bad thing. I would just try to figure out exactly where you wanted to use it for first. And the pockets, it's kind of weird that the pockets that LBX sells don't necessarily fill this thing or even play nice together. As you can see, the side panel pocket is dominating the space over these small windowed pockets. You could absolutely fit 6 small windowed pockets in there, but at that point in time, I feel like there's probably a better option out there for you, like a bag that has some organic organization. And then these medium pockets, you could fit 3 of these in here, but they don't necessarily fill it up side to side, so you're kind of missing out on some space there and basically making the overall bag smaller, because you can't expand all the way to the sides. So hopefully that answered some questions or highlighted some more questions for you, which I'm totally fine doing. If I sell you on a product not necessarily fitting what you want it to do, I'm happy with that. So check it out if you want. The pockets are pretty affordable for what they are. Throw those in a different bag for sure. But this thing itself, I don't know how much usefulness there is to it. So thanks, guys. If you got any requests, please let me know. I'm happy to help you out with that. And I've got some other longer videos that I'm certainly trying to get to, and hopefully I will soon.